Hey guys, we are back with some more Kingston Frontenacs franchise mode in Eastside Hockey Manager. And unfortunately, every junior team goes through this eventually, but it hit us particularly hard because we lost. As you take a look at our defensive core, there's quite a few big names missing. Anthony Aguano, Ladislav Kolyachinok, and Billy Constantinu have moved on to the NHL. Washington signed Billy Constantino, and he is now with them on their roster currently. Anthony Aguano with the Ottawa Senators, and Ladislav Kolyachinok with the Columbus Blue Jackets. And even furthermore, Jacob Murray has been offered a contract by the New Jersey Devils. So that is potentially four key defensemen. Four key defensemen on the way out this offseason. So that's brutal. It hit us particularly hard. And Emmett Gordon doesn't even have any junior eligibility left. He's already 21. This was his last OHL season, so we're losing potentially 5 defensemen this offseason, which is obviously not good. And luckily, we didn't lose any forwards as of yet. There's probably going to be some overage guys who we're going to have to cut. But, man, the being a junior team thing definitely hit us hard defensively this offseason so far. Luckily, Ryan Dugas still has another year of eligibility, but we do have to offer him a contract. I already offered him a contract, and hopefully he accepts. We did offer Denis Golovichev another contract, and I think I offered Drew Witt another contract, but Hugh and Laurie, I believe, their OHL careers are done as well. Now, luckily, the blow to forward is not too bad, especially considering we got Vasily Dereluk out of the import draft last year, now on our roster. We have Connor Lockhart, who, of course, is more than likely going to be taken in the top 10 in the upcoming NHL draft, but maybe he'll be with us for another year next year. Cameron McCulloch, who was absolutely phenomenal in the playoffs. Mark Morissette was pretty solid as well in the playoffs. We still got a lot of depth at forward, but defensively, we're hurting. we're really hurting, especially if Jacob Murray ends up going to New Jersey this year. So, yeah. And then, obviously, Emmett Gordon is going to be cut no matter what. So, we have a lot of rebuilding to do, at least in terms of the back end, because as it stands, and once again, if Murray isn't coming back next year, then it's Anderson, Glover, and Pelletier as the only main guys coming back next year for our defensive core. Evan Brand is also going to be overage. Noah Marino, we didn't use him at all last year. He's 19 now. I don't think, unless we have to bring him back, I don't think we're going to be at least going to be playing him full time. He might be another 7th defenseman. But yeah, that's a huge blow to our defensive core. And luckily, all 3 of our goaltenders are intact. So we'll see what happens with Jacob Murray. And if Jacob Murray goes to New Jersey this offseason, then we're definitely going to have to seriously rebuild our defensive core, because that's, once again, 5 defensemen lost. That's insane. So Dugas actually rejects our offer. So I'm going to see if I can make him another offer. Now, unfortunately, the thing is with these junior contracts is that you can't offer him any more money because everyone makes the same amount of money here. It's $1,500 per year. And then you can't give him a signing bonus either, so we're just gonna have to offer him again and hope that he signs. I offered him 1 year before, so maybe that's why he rejected. We'll go for the amount that he wanted, the amount of years that he wanted. And I would guess that Golovichev and Drew Witt are gonna deny as well, just based off that, because I only gave them 1 year as well, because they only have 1 year of junior eligibility left. It kind of makes sense, but. Still, we'll see what happens going into free agency, which is on June 16th, I believe. But, yeah. Both of those guys rejected offers as well. We'll re-offer them for the length that they want. Yep, Jacob Murray is delighted to have agreed to terms with the New Jersey Devils, and he is now on their roster. So that is now 4 of our primary 6 defensemen who we used last year. And this is going to be a completely different Kingston Frontenacs team going into next year. Oh, man. This is going to be rough. But you know what? This is part of being a junior team GM is figuring out how to get around these things and still be a good team. Because obviously, being a junior team, you're not going to get around, players leaving for the NHL. It's just one of those things that's going to happen. So Emmett Gordon leaves. Obviously, he was overage. He doesn't have any more eligibility left, so that's fine. He can leave. Cameron Hugh, also out of a contract. Again, he doesn't have any more eligibility, so that's another rough loss for our forward core. Brian Laurie also leaving. And then Denis Golovachev. So Golovachev actually does have one more year of eligibility, but if we go after him, then I'm hoping that he'll sign with us again. Ryan Dugas, once again, we're going to need to approach him because each and every player that we can bring back, I would like to bring back, obviously, since this was a championship team. And we're also going to re-sign Drouet. Even though his technical attributes aren't great, he's still a decent simulator whenever we do have him in the lineup. So we're going to approach to sign him once again. There you go. 1 year for you. And we are on the day of free agency. So we're going to see who's available. And obviously we're going to be looking more on the defensive side because we currently have 5 defensemen, 2 of which are more than likely not even going to be dressed regularly. And Evan Brand might... okay, so he has 1 more year of junior eligibility. But other than that, yeah, we're really going to need some help defensively. Eric Anderson is really going to have to carry a solid workload going into next season because he's pretty much our only good defenseman left. Hogan Glover, he had a solid season last year, but he's not going to necessarily put up the points that we would want him to. Tobias Pelletier was their 7th defenseman last year, so he's got to move up into potentially a top 4 role this year. There's going to be a completely different defensive core this year for your Kingston Frontenacs. So we're going to sort by OHL free agents here, and obviously no junior rights and major junior draft status, so we can filter out all the NHLers as to filter unrealistic targets. That should get all the NHLers out of the way. And determination I want up there at 70. I want work rate up there at 70 as well, and we'll see who we can come up with. So there's only a few players here. Only 2 of them are 17. Only 2 of them are younger than 20 for that matter. So these guys, yeah, I don't think any of these guys even have any OHL years of eligibility left. Yeah, they don't. So it's really just Rob Posa and Lou Wojciechek that are left. So, and we don't need forwards because we have a lot of forward prospects that we can bring in as well after July 1st, because that's the day when you sign prospects, because the game won't let you until then. Yeah, we don't need any of these guys. So I'm going to set determination and work rate to 65 and until we can find a defenseman, because we really, again, we don't need forwards. We just, still a lot of forwards here, and we really don't, once again, need them. So we're going to keep looking until we find a defenseman. So here's one guy, Tanner Russo. Of course, he's not that great. Let's see his history. I mean, we do need help defensively. His determination, his work rate is up there. Passing is his only decent attribute for the technical category. He's got 67 speed, 5'9" defenseman, and of course, he is the only defenseman available right now of these players that are listed. So, do I just take this off entirely? Nah, I gotta have at least 60 at determination and work rate on all my players. So, Tanner Russo is the only defenseman who meets that criteria. Well, he was drafted by Oshawa in 2019. You know what? I feel like we could honestly find better players within our own prospect system. So let's see what we have as far as defensemen that are prospects of ours. So Jacob Murray obviously is not coming back. He is with New Jersey now, contracted to them. His contract with us is out. Obviously, we'll get him back if New Jersey chooses to send him back to Kingston. But if they choose to keep him, then, we're out of luck. Tobias Bjornfot has signed with Bakersfield, so he's not even, if Edmonton chose to send him down, they wouldn't even send him down to juniors. They would just send him down to Bakersfield, which he's at now. So we may as well honestly release his rights. And then Billy Constantinu, he's in Washington, Aguano in Belleville. So Aguano's old enough to play in the AHL now. I don't think he's coming back next year. Kolyachinok, I believe he is also old enough to play in the AHL. He's 20 years of age. Constantinu is as well. So even if Washington were to send Constantinu down, I think he would probably just go to the AHL team. Jacob Murray is the only one who I could see potentially coming back out of every one of these defensemen. Emmett Gordon's too old, so we honestly may as well just release his rights at this point. Julian Rosen. Yeah, see, this is what I mean. We have defensive prospects who are better than the guys in free agency. Braden Fitzgerald, good. McNeil, Torrey Spencer. He might be someone we signed because his off the puck's at 49. He looks like he's got a good offensive category there as a defenseman. Good offensive defenseman, potentially. Brian Daum, probably not going to sign. Jonah Nolet is someone who I might sign because he got that position at 66, hitting at 61, checking at 70. Even though he's only 5'6", he's a very good, it looks like, defensive defenseman, at least for this level. And let's see, other guys. Luke Paquette, we may as well release him. He's 21 years of age. Graham, we will also release. Paulin Boyd. I'm not sure if I'm going to sign him. Probably not. Definitely not this guy. Definitely not this guy. He's 21 years of age as well, so we'll just release him. So, out of all of our defensemen, I'd say we could probably sign Julian Rosen. We could also sign Torrey Spencer, and Jonah Nolet. So those three: Rosen, Spencer, and Nolet. We will be signing for our defensive core. I do want to have one more defenseman though, just so we can have at least 8 on our roster. So we may as well just go after that guy in free agency. And forward wise, Hugh, Golovichev, Laurie, they're all done with the OHL. I'll keep them there for right now just in case, because they were all great simulators. Well, Golovichev is not done with the OHL. He's still got 1 year left, but Laurie and Hugh, they're done. Mario Rimmer. No, we have better forward prospects than that. I know for a fact. Luke Druitt's coming back. McGuire, we have better prospects. We have better prospects than Vincent. Better than Falk. Kevin Rye. This is someone who I definitely want to sign for next year. River Prefontaine, we might also be able to sign. He's good at faceoffs. He's good with the work rate, determination. He's got good speed. Good faceoffs. And then another guy, Gus Hall. 75 off the puck, 75 wrist shot. This guy's going to be getting a lot of points. 56 for passing. He's a decent checker as well, 51, so he's not half bad defensively. 52 positioning. Got a great mental category. The only thing I'm concerned about is his physical category, but that might be able to slide just based off the rest of his attributes. So we have enough forwards, that's for sure. But what we do need... we'll just go after Tanner Russo here, because why not, to be honest. Yep, there you go. I think that's honestly the only free agent that I'm going to be picking up here, because, once again, we have enough forwards that we can rely on. We have Lockhart, Martin, McCulloch, Vaughn, MacArthur, LaPointe, Wisdom, Morissette. Derelick's going to get in there for next year for sure. I'm not sure about... these guys, I think Rocco Beaudry is going to play next year. Carriage Barry is definitely going to play. So this is what I'm saying. We have plenty of forwards. That defensive core needs to fill out. And then in addition to what we already have here, obviously we have the prospects, Gus Hall, Kevin Rye, River Prefontaine. We're fine for forwards. So other than that defenseman who we went after, there's really nobody who I want out of free agency. It seems that the OHL, just junior free agency in general, isn't as useful as the NHL free agency is, because there's just not that many players there that are actually eligible to even play in the OHL in the first place. So we're going to go ahead and simulate here for a few days. We're going to simulate up to the NHL draft, which is on the 19th, And then on the 20th, after the NHL draft is over, we'll check where all our guys went. And of course, we'll get notifications about that. And on the 24th is the CHL import draft. So we only have 2 CHL import draft picks, so we really got to make those 2 count, make sure that they're actually willing to come over to North America. And then on July 1st, we'll sign some of our prospects. So Kingston approached by Tyler Strath. No, he can't even. He's not even eligible to play in the OHL. So I don't know why he's approaching us. Canadian top scorer of the year, Maxim Kachkovich of St. John. Player of the year, Blake Murray from Sudbury, who's now with Chicago. Defenseman of the year, Jasper Ranisto, who is now a free agent. Goaltender of the year is Dustin Wolf, who's now with Iowa. Rookie of the year is Patrick Krupka. Sportsman of the year, Maxim Kachkovich. And Coach of the year, Andre Turigny. Plus minus award, David Abisher. Gatineau, who's now with Philadelphia. All-star team, Anthony Aguano has been chosen. Very nice. Second all-star team, Cameron Hughes has been chosen. Third all-star team, Eric Anderson has been chosen. Rookie all-star team, Stanley MacArthur has been chosen. Very nice. Kingston set to sign Golovichev. All right, good. He's coming back. Thank goodness. Get one of our elite goal scorers back. He led our team in goals last year. So definitely good thing that he's coming back. Ryan Dugas is also coming back. Very nice. And who else is coming back? All right, so here we go. The draft. Lockhart has been drafted by the Buffalo Sabres in the first round. So we'll take a look at that later. And Eric Anderson has been drafted in the second round by the Minnesota Wild. Nick Vaughn has been drafted in the 5th round by the Montreal Canadiens. And Tobias Pelletier has been drafted in the 6th round by the Edmonton Oilers. So let's check out the draft. See exactly where everybody went. Lajoie, Connor Lockhart went 15th overall. I will take it. You know, he worked very hard to get to that point. Good for him. So Connor Lockhart goes 15th overall. And then we had another guy in the 2nd round. Eric Anderson went 47th overall. So not bad. Really not bad at all. And actually, we could just check the rest of this by seeing, just clicking on the player and then going to information. So Nick Vaughn was taken 127th overall by the Canadiens. And then Pelletier was taken 164th overall by the Oilers. So there you go. There is the draft for year number 3. Well, the NHL draft for year number 3, which of course we didn't participate in. But a lot of our players got drafted, which, you know, is obviously very good compared to where the Kingston Frontenacs have been recently, which is not a lot of players that have been drafted in the NHL. According to when I checked before we started the series, not a lot of Frontenacs players have been drafted in the NHL recently. But that is definitely improved with this series. And Kingston to sign Drew Witt, very nice. And Russo to sign with Kingston as well. There you go. So we got all of our guys. And most of them are just re-signings. And then Tanner Russo joining the crop of defensemen as well. But other than that, pretty much the same general roster that we have in terms of players that we were able to keep. Obviously, I wish nothing but the best for our defensemen who have left for the NHL in Murray and in Aguano, Kolyachinok, Konstantinu. Nothing but the best for all of them. But we have to focus. We have to move on as a team. Eric Anderson has to be able to carry this defensive core because he's looking like the only one who might be able to do it. He has got to have an outstanding year this year. So we'll get to the CHL import draft now, and we'll see where we're at. So we're at the CHL import draft. We have the 57th pick. So let's get right to it. Fast forward, and we'll see who's still available. So right off the bat, I'm going to filter unrealistic targets just so that we don't get anybody who doesn't want to come over to North America. Determination has got to be at least 65. Work rate has to be at least 65 as well. Okay, and there you go. Now we have some good options available for us, it looks like. So I'm going to take a look at our head scout and assistant GM and head coach recommendations first. Nicholas Yicha. I like that other guy, Roman Petrus, better. This is the same guy. Dick Anderson. Nah. So what I really want out of this draft is a defenseman, preferably. So we're gonna see if this guy Emmanuel Boos is any good. Not really. So let's see. Any other defensemen in here? Yoni Niemenma. Niemenma. Butchering that one like crazy. So he's good at positioning, poke check, hitting, checking. He looks like he's got everything that he needs as a defenseman. And he's got a decent physical category as well. I might end up taking him. But here's the thing. He's not supposed to go till 148. And there's only 2 rounds in the CHL import draft. So I really gotta be careful about who I select here. Oscar Gran, 51 checking, 57 hitting. So would he be better than that Finnish guy? Let's see. Yeah, Gran's much better, at least with the technical category. Mental category, not so much. Physical category, they're tied in several areas. And then he's worse with stamina and strength, but better with acceleration. Their history, so Gran had a 685 last year in the Swedish 18 league with 15 points as a defenseman in 4 games. And then this guy, 18 points in 40 games in the Finnish 18 league, 730 average rating. So this guy was the better simulator for sure. Now, once again, I'm not taking either of these guys, I don't think, with our first round pick. I think we're going to take someone up here. But we definitely want to keep an eye on those two. So Roman Petrus, he's a 3-star current rating. 735 average rating in 40 games in the Slovakian U20 league with 17 points. We have a center here, Gabriel Cedergren. He doesn't look too bad. 3-star rating, 690 average rating, 25 points in the Swedish 18 league. Nolan Moore from Great Britain. He is a 2-star current rating, 643 average rating in the U16 league, in the British U16 league. Good at face-offs. Ooh, this guy, Robbie Nussbaumer. He's 18 years of age already. He's got a 97 speed, 82 teamwork or work rate, 65 determination, 62 anticipation. He's got a lot of good stats. Passing off the puck, deking, deflections all in the 60s. Face-offs 57. Stick handling it as well at 37. He's a great playmaker, it looks like. Yeah. Let's see his report card. Not the greatest, but that being said, he does have the tools to succeed at this level. 763 average rating, 58 points in 40 games in the Swiss 18 league. Yeah, I think I might want to take Nussbaumer. He looks really good. He looks really good. Now, keep in mind, we're not getting any of these players until the end of next season. Because, obviously, with the transfer window, we're not going to be able to sign them until then. Or they're not going to be able to play until then, rather. We can't sign them. They're just not going to join our team until, like, late April. Like we had with Daraluk this year. So I would take this guy over Petras. I would take this guy over Cedergren. I would definitely take this guy over Boos, however it's pronounced. I would take this guy over Moore. I would take this guy over Hornquist. I would take this guy over Bukert. And everyone else on this page doesn't really, they don't really compare. Robbie Nussbaumer is absolutely the way to go here. So, Robbie Nussbaumer, welcome to the Kingston Frontenacs organization. Hopefully you join us very soon. So, fast forward, and let's see who's still available. Alright, so we're at 117 now. We got to make this pick count. It is one of only 2 picks in this draft. We already picked our first one, so last pick here. So, both of the guys who we wanted as far as defense goes are still available. So, that's good. That's real good. I'm just going to make sure that there's no one who I'm missing out on here. Marcus Eriksson. I'd rather take a defenseman. Henrik Wahlberg. Ooh, Henrik Wahlberg. He doesn't look that bad. He's got that 64 passing, 48 poke check, 40 positioning, 44 checking. He's got all the mental category attributes that he needs, at least in terms of teamwork, work rate, determination. They're all there. Physical category I would like to be better. Let's compare him to Gran, first of all. So he's better in the in most categories for the technical category. He's better in most categories, just in general, even in the physical and mental categories. Wahlberg is definitely better than Garan. So is he better? The question is he better than this guy, Nienma? Niemmenma. I don't know why that's so hard to pronounce. It just doesn't roll off the tongue, I guess, for me. So Wahlberg is definitely, once again, much better than Niemmenma in the technical category and in the mental category. The only place where Niemmenma has Wahlberg beat is balance, speed, stamina, and strength. In which obviously his balance isn't that great, but his speed isn't that much different. Neither is stamina. He's got him beat with strength, but acceleration for Wahlberg is much better. Overall, I like Wahlberg much better. Yeah, I like Wahlberg. He's younger too, by over a year, I might add. So, yeah, I'm thinking Wahlberg here. If there's no one better, definitely Wahlberg. Malcolm Forrest, can't go wrong with the name Forrest, as we all know from the Vegas Golden Knights Eastside Hockey Manager GM mode. So, but this guy, he's a center. We're looking for a defenseman here. I'm not even going to entertain forwards at this point, at least with the import draft. Cedal, no. Sutherland, no. Like the other guy, better. And coach recommendations, they're not recommending any defensemen. Let's see, this guy, no. Anyone who's not ranked probably is going to be good at this point. Joachim Eklov? Well, actually, maybe I'll take that back. let's see what this guy's about. It's 5-star current rating. So let's compare him to Wahlberg. Do our due diligence here. So he's better with hitting, positioning, and checking. But weaker in just about everything else, at least in terms of the technical category. Mental category, better with aggression, and slightly better with flair and influence. And slightly better stamina and agility, much better balance. So would I take Eklov over Wahlberg? No, I would not. He's good, but I really like the way that Henrik Wahlberg looks here. I mean, he's only got the 3 stars compared to Eklov, who has the 5-star. But that being said, Wahlberg is much more well-rounded than Eklov is. Last couple of defensemen here, nope. And I don't think he's better than Wahlberg. We'll check, but I don't think so. Yeah, definitely not. He's better with the mental category. But the differences in the mental category aren't really enough for me to ignore how much different the technical category is for these guys. So I'm going to say no to him. And this guy, let's compare him with Wahlberg. So this guy's better offensively, it looks like, but not with just about everything else. Now, he is 16, so Weston looks like he's the closest in terms of who I would take over Henrik Wahlberg, but I still really like Wahlberg. Yeah, yeah, it's got to be Wahlberg here. Welcome to the Kingston Frontenacs. Now, I really wish I could have gotten Mikhail Weston, but yeah. Yeah, it's unfortunate that there's only 2 picks in the import draft. So there you go, draft completed. And now we will get to July 1st so we can sign our prospects. Kingston Frontenacs Player of the Year decided, and it is Cameron Hugh, who is currently playing for the Indy Fuel in the ECHL. So yeah, he's moved on. And now we will end off the episode by signing our prospects. I'm not going to be looking around for any trades in this one. It's just going to take way too long. The video's already been, or at least the recording has already been pretty long. So we are going to sign, I think we'll sign Wahlberg later. But for right now, we're going to sign Julian Rosen, as he'll be able to join us immediately. There you go. Or he should be. Should be able to. Torrey Spencer will also sign. Now, we do have to be careful here because we can't sign too many underagers. So if we take a look at the OHL and then see the information, rules. So no more than 4 players born in 2005 or later or dressed. So let's see how many players who we have who were born in 2005 or later as of right now. So right now we have nobody who was born in 2005. So that's good. Now let's check all of our prospects who we want to sign date of birth. So all these guys right here born in 2005. So Julian Rosen was born in 2004, so that's good. Spencer was born in 2005, so there's one. Robbie Nussbaumer, I do want to sign him, but again, he's probably not gonna be able to even join us till next year. So next up would be Jonah Nolet. I'm just gonna make sure all the forwards that we want to sign weren't born in 2005. Kevin Rye was born in 2005, and Gus Hall was also born in 2005. I definitely want to sign both of those guys. So there we go. And Kevin Rye, approach to sign. There we go. So there's 3 already. And we can't even sign, that would mean Prefontaine or Skrudland or Grisenek. Even though there's 16, they were still born in 2005. And that's what the rules said, so we can only sign one more player who was born in 2005, and all of our defensemen are the ones who I'm concerned about. So Spencer, yeah, that works out. So we'll sign Jonah Nolet. And that's it. Those are the only guys who were born in 2005 that we can sign. Everybody else is going to have to be 2004 or before. So Henrik Wahlberg, I guess we could sign Wahlberg. Actually, hold on. I'm just going to make sure that we're not going to run into any roster problems later on in the year like we did last time. We have signed, I believe, 5 prospects at this point. So that'll take us up to 29. Correct? Yeah, that'll take us up to 29 once all these guys join. So we can only sign one more without having to worry about any roster issues. Although, then again, we do have now 5 overage players. So we are going to have to release at least 2 of them. And I think I definitely want to keep Dugas. I want to keep Golovachev. And I think I want to keep Martin. So that would mean Brand and Jouet are on the way out. Yeah, it looks like it's going to be Brand and Jouet. I'm not going to do it now, just in case that something else pops up. But for right now, the Brand and Jouet are looking like they're on their way out. So releasing those 2 will take us down to 27 roster spots. So we'd be able to fill 3 after that. So Robbie Nussbaumer will be able to sign. There you go. And then Henrik Wahlberg will also sign. Now, does he even want to... Oh, for God's sake. Give me a break. He's happy in his current role at Naka and is unwilling to move to a team in North America. I thought we sorted out for those. Oh my goodness. I guess it's not guaranteed. Oh well. Yeah, that's unfortunate. That's real unfortunate. Yeah, I think that's about it. Those are the only guys who I wanted to sign. Everybody else is born in 05, and we can't sign any more guys who were born in 05 because we've already signed 4. So once those guys are on our roster, that should take us to 28, I believe. Once we cut the overagers that we want to cut. So we'll see where we're at. Once all those guys sign, and then once we know the current status of the roster, then I'll end things off, and then you guys can comment away on what we should do. Alright, so Nussbaumer has signed, and Spencer has also signed. Actually, Nussbaumer joined us right away, so that's good. I was not expecting him to sign right away, or at least to join us right away, but he did, so good thing that happened, because we could definitely use the help. Although he is a forward, still, every little bit of help is accepted. So we're currently at 30 players on our roster. I don't think that there are any more future transactions. No, there are not. So in net, we have Dugas and Taylor, and then of course Bobcat as the 3rd goaltender. On defense, we have minus Brand for right now because he's overager. We're probably going to cut him. Marino, Glover, Pelletier, Anderson, Russo, Rosen, Spencer, and Nolet. So that's 8 defensemen minus Brand. And then forward-wise, Martin, Golovachev, not including Jouet, Andrechuk, Kerens, Wisdom, Morissette, Nussbaumer, Lockhart, Vaughn, McCulloch, Beaudry, Barry, Darrelluck, Lapointe, MacArthur, Hall, and Rye. So we're looking pretty solid. But once again, we can't have more than 3 overagers. So I think I'm just going to cut Jouet right now. So I know we just offered him a contract, but, you know, some things don't work out, especially at the junior level. So we're going to be releasing Luke Druitt, and we're also going to be releasing Evan Brandt. And there you go. There's the roster going into next season. I'm going to, for right now, dress our rookies in Rosen, Spencer, and Nolet. And I'm also going to dress one more forward, as we kind of have to. So I'm going to dress, for right now, I'm going to dress Kevin Rye. But obviously that's subject to change, as we may get even more overagers as the season begins. So for right now, I'm going to call it here. Let me know what you guys think, and I'll see you guys in the next one.